shaped like a triangle. It can go like the crosswise pile. But
Mr. Brand, how do you keep organized in your classroom?
really depends on the resources available. So, like take like lino cutters for example. If you're doing like a printmaking unit, and if I've got 80 students and 80 lino cutters, I can just assign each student one for the unit, sign them back in, make sure that they have a damage number, loss number, anything like that, keep the students accountable. And if I've got limited resources, say I've got just a class set, but 4 classes doing it, I can assign each one to a number, and then have each student assigned to a number, and then make sure that tool comes back at the end of class, and they are also accountable that way.
Mr. Brandt, how do you feel about co-teaching or team teaching?
It reminds me of when I was like student teaching, and there's this guy in the room, and he was always interjecting, and students liked him more than me. And
Mr. Brandt, how do you feel about co-teaching or team teaching?
I think it's a great opportunity to collaborate with other teachers, and I think it's really important for the students. It gives the students an opportunity to learn from 2 different knowledge bases, and also lets them have more one-on-one experience, more one-on-one instruction. So it's really good.
Mr. Brand, how do you work with students that have multiple skill levels in the classroom?
I take the students who are like really bad at drawing, and like I spend a lot of time with them, and the students are like really good, or they finish early, like I just let them like play on their phones, play Angry Birds and stuff.
Okay, Mr. Brand, how do you work with students that have multiple skill levels in class?
So generally, like take a self-portrait unit for example, I might introduce the unit just in a general way, a PowerPoint, some handouts, kind of go and make sure everybody's got a really good basic introduction, and then I'm going to go through and maybe pair up students, incorporate peer teaching, because they learn really, really well from each other. It's a great experience for the student that's teaching and the student that's learning from their peer. And then I also go and give one-on-one instructions.
Mr. Brandt, do you have any other questions for us today?
Time I got a B here in the morning.
That was not very good, sir. Mr. Brandt, do you have any